How's it going, guys? Goes back here again with some more Brawl. Your name MTD Arena today. Uh, Ureni, the song Unending. I will keep this. Tapland into Forest, Fanatic. Go from there. So I was very impressed with the Sultai Dragon. I was not very impressed with the Mardu Dragon. And Ureni, from my playtesting, I've been very impressed with. Oh, that's sad. Might get mana screwed. That would be bad. I say I'm impressed with it, and then it fails me. Don't crush the face, I guess. Thank goodness. Land off the top, save my life, please, one time. Well, I wanted another land off the top, but we can't be greedy. So this commander is actually kind of insane. When I was looking at the spoilers before the actual release, I thought that it was the least impressive. And after playing with it in Brawl, I gotta say it's probably the most impressive of the ones I've played so far. I've played 4 out of 5 so far. So we're most of the way through the cycle. But that has to live. Aftermath Analyst, you have to survive. Please. There's no chance it does, but if it did, that would be nice. Well, melt my ramp opponent. Kill my Aftermath Analyst? No. Just gonna grab something from my hand. Unless I go for the reanimate off the top. I suppose that'd be too... That would be too much to ask for. Yeah, no drifter maybe would have been the call. An invoke annihilator threat is kind of scary. Actually, it's kind of scary. This commander is so powerful because it essentially comes down and just wrath the board. Memory can go to the bin. Don't need that. Evoke this. All right, there are my lands, finally. So best case, or well, not best case scenario. Worst case scenario, they get rid of the analyst this turn. We just play a land, play Uro. I wouldn't mind that. He's good enough on his own to essentially do what the analyst is trying to do, which is get 2 lands onto the battlefield. Uro will do the same thing for a not cheaper price, they're actually the same price. Analyst has a higher upscale, but Uro is far more resilient, right? Because the analyst has to stay on the battlefield to make that happen, and the chances of that happen. Oh, we could also just time warp. There's an option on the table. We time warp. We go up to 6 that way. Time warp. It's a bit of a cheesy way to get up to 6, but sure. Long goodbye. Massive magic card. That can go, that can go, that can go, that can go. Not that one. Not that one either. That. All right, so the following turn we play our commander, and basically reset the board. Our mono red opponent will never be able to deal with it. I'm actually just gonna get a red source here. so I can get down Bone Crusher. Two blockers means I can actually block their commander. Card from your graveyard. You don't have any cards in your graveyard, opponent. Oh. From a graveyard. Well, fair enough. A little sad. I should have strategically erased that boy, but we didn't. And he escaped the bin. And now he's running rampant on our opponent's side of the board. They switched from Rakdos to Jund, arguably a more dangerous combination. But I don't see what they're going to do about my commander that comes down next turn. Like, I ate the board. The board is getting eaten. Block there. And you can pump to kill my commander, or my Earl if you want to. He's kind of done his job. Oh, well, that's rude. That's a lot of spells. And it doesn't even kill an arrow. Fair enough. Comes back twice, too. Not really, but in theory he could. It would be cool. Opponent. What are we doing? Oh. Okay. Have you met the big old dragon opponent? Met two. Four there. Four there. Yeah, this is why he's busted. Because he comes down and he essentially just nukes the board. And then every time you kill him, he comes back stronger. So as long as you're a dedicated ramp build, you don't need Wraths in your deck. It's impressive. This is game over. Really? We hit bad. Hit bad and it's probably still just too much. GG. Yeah, this commander is so cool. He's one of the cards that I really wish were good enough for standard. He's definitely not, but God, it tempts me. The dragon do tempt me to give it a go, to see if we can push our luck. Reading pool is excellent. That'll get me to Genesis, which is better than I afforded it for a 2-mana ramp spell. We actually hit a land. Yep. The next turn we can Cultivator up to 5 and then 6. We're gonna outramp the Good Ship Tide deck. That is 100% the plan. We do have to get a shock land here, I think. Unfortunate. We could have gotten a basic, but we run like the minimum amount of dual lands, and we still occasionally run out of basics, which, like, it's a little bit scary sometimes. What really does it is the green Dragonstorm card, Encroaching Dragonstorm, I think. Opponent. Why do I not have blue? Please. Sure. So we have to discard the Vow and this. Because this is a... The older a magic card is, the more busted it is. And goodness, do I run into this problem more often than I would like. And I hope they're going to tap line, right? If they're getting 1 mana off Cobra too, so maybe they play something else and make my River's Rebuke not look like a complete joke. It doesn't look like it. Oh well. Hey, opponent, I don't really want to discard cards. Pick those things up, please. And I have my commander online too. So if they play a creature this turn, we nuke it from orbit. Not black mana. Okay, green. I don't mind green. Die. Yeah, this guy is very powerful. I like it, but I fear that he might end up in Hellq, and I hope he doesn't, because it's a breath of fresh air to play a like a purely dedicated ramp deck without having to have 15 slots for removal and other like not enjoyable aspects, right? Like not I'm not really articulating better. It's good to have a deck that's not as homogenous as some of the other builds we play, right? Like if everything you play feels the same, you don't really want to play that much. I'm back for game 3. Yeah, so far, Tarkir, very impressed. I haven't played with much of it, so I can't really stick my neck out for that assertion, but I've been very impressed. I've enjoyed pretty much all of the commanders I've tried so far. They were all the Spirit Dragons, so what's not to enjoy, right? Untap, right? Enters tapped unless you control 2. That's fine. We're gonna do this. Darn. Kind of wanted to land. If we draw one next turn, we could. Supposed to be ramping deck. Our goal is to ramp. The next turn I can play this and it'll ramp for me. It would have been better if we could have played it this turn. Okay, well that's a good consolation prize. We don't have the I do actually want that. But we're gonna get rid of it anyways. What am I talking about? Trade up, opponent? Risen Reef is a scary card. Nah, I guess not. We're up to 6. We might starve Extinction next turn. If the Christmas land goes our direction, Starve Extinction is our future. Didn't, but opponent. Going like this. The odd thing is that my hand is pretty much the best cards in the deck, so we're not doing that. Opponent has been discarding lands. What is their hand if they have this much action? Oh, well, that's a dumb combo, right? Right. It's the dumb combo. I hate Breaker. Breaker, such a dumb card. Yeah, there you go. 66 mana. 68 mana. It's what our deck is trying to do fairly, but for free, basically. Ah, what a bad taste for the end of the match. We're gonna do one more. We are back. Hopefully for some slightly fairer magic. It's hard to say. Oh, is what we're doing particularly fair? I don't know. We're just ramping though. Like, if anyone has a problem with just ramping, like, core component of the game. Look at the Scryland. This is a very nice regret art. I haven't seen that version. It's probably green blue. Green red wouldn't be. Yeah, we'll just grab green red. We only hey, green blue right there on top. Um, yeah, because in theory, once we start putting multiple lands into the play each and every turn, Ureni is essentially grass-like. He's particularly good against a commander that is Urza. Just thanks to protection tacked on there. I wonder about some things, and one of the things that I wonder about. I guess I'm doing Realmbreaker. I was gonna get down Heart, but Heart's just gonna eat a Reprobation and not do anything. So we just count to 8. I feel like. Yeah, go ahead, opponent. Don't need that anyways. Realmbreaker. It begins to count to 8. So we could have gone down Burnished Heart. Now we actually have a plan for getting down Burnished Heart. We Burnished Heart. We let him enchant it, and then when the time to crack Burnished Heart comes on turn 6, we play Baron, and then counting be counting. That's what we do. A bunch your lands, opponent. Yeah, I don't know. I feel a bit bad now because the last one we were whinging about Caldera Breaker and how it's an unfair card. In this matchup, we are literally playing the Orzhov deck with the black-white protected commander. Right? Like, there's not a lot she can do about this. And Gret is a very good enchanter, but don't think it's going to go anywhere. Don't think it's going to go anywhere. Hmm. Not a land inside opponent. What is your deck? I'll take a land. We gave him a target, so. Next turn we can Baron, I suppose. Do we Baron to reclaim our Rejuvenator to deny her trigger? Or do we just part and bring Dragonfire down on the board the following turn? That's kind of where I'm at. Yep, nope. That guy can't be alive. Problem is if a Greg gets online and starts like massive life point swings, the fact that our commander is a hard counter might not matter. This is what I'm worried about. I didn't get to steal a single one of my opponent's lands. My opponent didn't get to steal a single one of their lands either, so fair enough, I suppose. To be fair, they've barely been allowed any lands at all. Yeah, I guess the enchantment's coming down. They're not going to give me a free chump. I don't think. They might. They saw how quickly I was willing to throw my creatures under the bus. Sure. It is Defender. Prevent all combat damage. Well, opponent, I will not be dealing combat damage. Sure, I guess. Everything dies? Yeah, go ahead. How do they get around this problem? Edicts would work, right? As long as you don't target the creature, it will work. Wrath will work. Problem is, I just keep going. I already have the commander tax paid. I'm going to pay another half of it this turn, maybe. There we go. Keep on trying to click on the fox to see if it'll do anything. I have not seen it do anything. Not like my rock. My rock jumps whenever you click on it. I think there was another April Fool's rock that I missed out on. That's a bit of a shame, but I was busy that day, so can't be helped. Huh. Yes, opponent, I shall be hitting you for 11 this turn. Win. And then this for 6? A little bit lower than I would like. Yikes. That poor Balefire. This might just be a 3 3-turn swing to end the game. Which is good because I kind of went over by accident. I couldn't end it off on a Realmbreaker. I couldn't end it off there. Not on, the cool new commander gets randomly comboed out of nowhere. It's not very satisfying. It happens sometimes. Sometimes we have to accept that it happens. But not with our special boy. He's perfect in every way, and I refuse to let him go out on those terms. Okay. I guess I know what I'm doing next turn. I'm gonna swing in with my commander, play Baron, wrap their board again. Ouch. Thank you. Back down to 9 opponent. This. It looks bad, opponent, but I assure you, it's much worse than you suspect. Uh, 7. 4. And the rest can go there. Just in case. My poor Baron, though, is gonna eat her. Eat an aura. Why don't you have a lands in your deck? Right? I don't understand. This has been the worst investment in the entire video. I've activated this thing so many times. Well, that's sad. GG. Well, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.